Hi guys, can I get you something to drink?
Children laughing, people passing, leaving smile after smile, and on every street corner you'll hear silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city.
Ying-a-ling. A pure native. In Florida, they're as rare as a summer afternoon without rain.
Florida's a swamp.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sometimes it really wants to kill you.
But there are families that venture down to the peninsula that kills you long before air conditioning and mosquito control.
My family's 5 generations in Florida.
Pioneers set up in the swamps and kept their families here for over a century.
Been born and raised in farming and agriculture.
Cole Peacock is a pure native. The Peacock family has roots in the Panhandle. They farmed peanuts. Now he's involved in a different type of agriculture.
You know, we love to say we're the chillest place in town.
Florida, the new melting pot. 1,000 people move here every day. They're bringing their families, their traditions, and their stories. I'm one of them. I'm Junior. I've spent a lifetime in the food business. In Northeast Philly, you might remember the Ginicotti. Now I'm here. Florida is not known for food, but maybe it should be. I'm discovering something. Buried in these strip malls, with their pastel paint and stucco walls, artists are at work, and they want to talk to Junior.
So Cole grew up in the Panhandle of the state of Florida in what we like to call LA, Lower Alabama. My mama's family is 4 generations in Alabama, and here's the Alabama line, here's Dothan, Alabama, here's Marianna, Florida. They're a few miles apart. That's where I grew up. So I have a farm up in the Panhandle, and the bulk of my family's there. We moved down to Fort Myers in the early 80s.
Cole played sports growing up. That's a big reason why he ends up in this line of work.
I've been active all my life and competed in water skiing and got a football scholarship. So, you know, athletics in my world was a big deal. That comes with lots of injuries. So I've had, multiple surgeries and repairs and whatnot. So in my mid 40s to late 40s, I'm starting to really feel those and I tell you, I got some on right now for my elbow. I put some on my lower back. It just works.
He went to college on an athletic scholarship.
Playing football.
Football?
Yes, sir.
What position?
Well, I played mostly in the defensive backside, outside linebacker. My size didn't allow me to play big boy football, Division I, but Division II and whatnot was really great. So after that, graduated, college and looking to make a path for myself. And again, I go back to those relationships.
The story of Seed and Bean is built on relationships.
At the time, one of the top tier state representatives here in Florida asked me to come and work as their legislative assistant, and I did that. And I remember calling my granddaddy and saying, well, I've got this job opportunity and this job. He's like, I said, I'll meet everybody in the state, he's like, it's good to know people.
His eyes have seen many changes to historic Fort Myers.
Being in Florida for 5 generations, in the summertime, you used to be able to run up and down McGregor and play football and never even worry about seeing a car come by. And that has changed.
The influx of Northerners, like myself, creates a new culture.
Personally, for me, like I said, being born and bred.
You'd like it to stay.
I'd like it to stay like it is, I like my mangroves, I like my beaches, I like to, but growth is needed a lot of times, and it obviously, helps with paying the bills for a lot of people. Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Wow. Let's talk about where we are and this CBD drink.
The only fresh from Florida approved CBD seltzer in the state. This is the only cannabis cafe in the state of Florida.
Right.
And there's only 2 in the nation. When we went through this, Junior, we had to get a bunch of guidance, and we worked hand in hand with the state. They kind of learned from us and we learned from them.
CBD. You see the signs on almost every gas station or smoke shop. Just some quick context for anyone watching around the country. As of summer 2021, Florida is medicinal marijuana only. So everything we're looking at right now is CBD. No euphoric high. So what does CBD do? The cannabis plant has THC and CBD. The THC is what is responsible for the high you get. The CBD can help with pain relief.
For people to understand, is it's almost like aspirin. You take an aspirin and you don't really know how it works,
Right.
but it goes to your headache or it goes to your knee pain. Yeah, well, CBD works the same way. It gets in your endocannabinoid system and it finds those stressors, those points that are of irritation, and helps reduce it. It's never going to cure anyone's ailments, but it definitely will allow you to manage. The world started to shift a little bit. I guess the more open-mindedness to the cannabis industry. The amendment that passed in the state of Florida for medical marijuana failed the first time. Second time, they made a run at it. A group of people were asked to kind of come in and help push that, and I was lucky enough to be one. And as we sit here at Seed and Bean, we saw an opportunity. It had never been done before.
Right.
So we had what we call, info sessions, and we would bring in the police department, the sheriff's department, the county commission, the city council, and the mayor.
If you're going to open up a store involving cannabis in the historic Fort Myers River District where Thomas Edison got his haircut, you're going to need to show a few G-men that you are legit.
If they would not have worked with us and seen the future and wanted to have a progressive downtown, we wouldn't be here today. Everyone talks about what government doesn't do and how bad government can be and they do everything wrong. Well, I can tell you in this instance, it was a pro-business decision. It was a progressive decision to move a city forward. And products have to be tested, multiple times. All of our products are triple tested. They've got a QR code on them. You can snap that and see exactly what the test results read, what the ingredients are. So it's in years past, people may not have had such clean products.
I was going to say, because I'm sure like anything else, now all of a sudden you'll see, we have CBD, we have
Yeah,
CBD.
yeah.
It's got to be, there's got to be the real
There is, and
organic, let's say.
yeah, and I don't want to throw shade on anybody, but there's a lot of times where those buy CBD signs, they probably don't have all the right licenses. You can put a shot of CBD in your coffee. I take one every single morning. One of my big passions is wellness. So you can catch my wife and I pretty much any morning walking up and down McGregor, either on a bike, working out, doing something.
COVID hits. Now explain what happens to the town, because restaurants were killed.
We were lucky enough to get a ruling from the state of Florida through the Department of Professional Reg and the Department of Ag that we were a marketplace. And especially with the CBD products being wellness during a time where people had high anxiety, they had, stress out the door.
They have a second location planned for Venice, Florida. Now, what about the big question of recreational marijuana?
Our business model is very similar to theirs. We want to do a consultation with you. We want to make sure that you understand what CBD is. From a rec component, I think maybe within the next 8 years, Florida will be rec, but that'll fit into our business model very well. We'll have established locations, we'll have established customers that trust us. We can transition them, to a rec product if they feel like they want to do that. But what we feel confident in is our customers come back to us. They like our products, they trust us. So we see that, as a potential business expansion model. We've been branded in a positive way as trailblazers in this industry, and we love that title. We run with it, and again, back to relationships. I mean, it was, especially in this industry, when the regulators like you, and they come down to do training with you, we're in a good spot.
More people are moving to Southwest Florida than any other part of the country. It's usually probably really starting to be dead this time of year. I don't see that.
It's not. A large majority decided they really liked Fort Myers, and they stayed.
With expansion in mind, this Florida native thinks about the melting pot his Sunshine State has become.
I hope we see, take place in the future is everyone kind of adopting that Florida mindset. It's built on relationships. People say they're salty, or they live a salt life. There's a real meaning to that.